Hey, this is Joe with Online Resurrection. I'm here to show you a little bit more about GSA. In our last video, I forgot to show you how to actually find proxies and to use a tools button in the advanced section. So let me go ahead and show you how to find proxies. It's real simple. This is how to find the public proxies. You go to configure, you click on add proxy, and you say find online, or you do find online and test. You just go find online, and it's going to go and start searching for new proxies. And it'll come back and it's saying nothing found of certain ones, but that's all it does. When it's done, what I normally do is I do the find proxies online and test, because it does it all in one fell swoop. I let it go through and do everything it needs to do, and I go get a cup of coffee, take a break, because this takes a while to go through all these proxies and test them. So that's how I do the finding of the proxies. The other button I forgot to show you how to use, and it has some good features in it, is the tools buttons in advance. If you look at other videos, you look at other stuff, when they say use global options, this is the global options right here. These are the global options when you go on advanced. Some tools on here that I use all the time is remove duplicate URLs. This is pretty much the one I use all the time. You can also, if you purchase lists from other places, you can come in and import it and identify it, successful, verified. And as I told you before, if I purchase lists from other people, I import them into failed, because I don't want to mess anything up. Some people do it in identified, but then it's mixed up with the other stuff. I just put it in failed and let it go, and then the ones that get verified go into the verified. You can also export your site lists as well. Some people trade them and stuff. I tend not to want to do that, because every time I trade, I seem to get a bunch of junk. I've traded with other supposed power players and stuff, and I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but I know these people supposedly scrape all the time, and then I get their list, and their lists are just junk. So I don't share my list anymore with anyone. I keep my list to myself. If I have a friend or someone who needs help, I might just give them part of my list or whatever. But I regress. So let's go back to remove the duplicate URLs. What that does is it'll go out there. I just select all, click OK, and then what it does is it goes out there, and as you can see, there's probably some duplicates in mine. It'll go through and it'll remove the duplicates for you in all of your lists. This works. I do this like once a week. Sometimes I get 600,000 duplicates, so it's a massive amount, and sometimes it takes a little while, but you know what, it's something you have to do on a weekly basis. I'm gonna go ahead and say 7 more seconds left. The other things the other tools in here, it can search for URLs for you and stuff like that. I use Scrapebox and Gscraper for that. This GSA was made to drop links and give us a lot of links, unique links. So I use GSA what it's built for. That's to drop links and do what we need to do for our websites or for our videos. I mean, if I'm going to scrape something or I'm going to verify something, I'm going to go to Scrapebox or Gscraper. Gscraper to me works better to scrape just raw URLs. But there's a tutorial that I'm going to make where you use Scrapebox to actually find new URLs, but it has a tool for it. So it's a specific tool that Scrapebox has. So that's it for this tutorial right here. I went through those two things. It's a short one, but it's very important. You're going to have to get proxies before you run your first campaign, so make sure you watch this video before you run your first campaign. You can also go to our membership site or email me at joe@godguided.com. Have a great one. Hey, this is Joe with Offline Resurrection. I'm here to show you guys how to set up a new campaign. It's really pretty easy. What you need to do and what you want to do is always be planning ahead. So what I normally do is I'll set up a notepad file on my VPS so I can just copy and paste stuff so I don't forget what's what here. So the first thing we'll do is say new, and we're gonna come down here under tools. First thing we want to do is make sure we check all the type of links we want to do. Over here are all the different types of links. For video, we want to do all contextual links if possible. We'll do guest book, ping back, social network, social bookmark, trackback, video, Web 2.0, and wiki. These are all the ones that I use. And that's what I do. The next thing after that, what we want to do is we want to go to Tools, and we want to do Import. Now I have another video where we did we use Wicked Article Creator to create all the different articles and whatnot that you need to import into here. I'm using Truck Accident Attorney. When I say and whatnot, see all this stuff, it's pre-done all this stuff for our keywords, anchor text, guest title, or guest book, comment, articles. It does everything for us and it spins it. So I'm just going to say, okay, that's in there. It puts all the keywords here. However, the one we're going to do is Truck Accident Attorney, Kentucky. And then what I'm going to do here for our URL, we'll come back over here to my notepad and say, okay, this is the URL I want to put in here. So I want to copy this. I'll do import from clipboard. It puts it in there just fine for us. Right here, you always want to use a random URL when we're doing YouTube videos. You want this one checked right here. Our keywords already filled. These are the keywords that GSA is going to use to try to find more links for us, more places for us to drop links. We can do collect keywords from target sites. I sometimes will do that. Use collected words to find new target sites. Yeah, we can do that as well. And then my main keyword is right here. I only usually target one keyword unless I'm doing a channel. I'll do a campaign just like this for a channel, and I'll put all the keywords that I want to target on that channel and just let it run. Maybe pause it every 1,500 or maybe every 1,800 or 2,000, and just let it run till I get about 5,000 to 7,000 verified links. This is pretty much it, what I do on this under the data tag. But I always make sure, sometimes for some reason GSA, I'll find that one of these will be checked, and I don't want that. I just want to use my one keyword. I don't want no diversification of anchor text or anything like that. Article Manager is something new. I haven't even started to mess with that. I guess this is their default. So I just let the default go. On this page, well, what I usually do is I put pause project after. I've been using 1,800 a lot. That seems to be like a sweet spot. 1,800 plus or minus like 7. And then what we do here is these are for submission. So we want, when it hits that, to pause for a whole day. And that's what this will do. This will pause our project for a whole day. The next thing is to ask all services/users to fill captures. We do want to do that. Then it says if form can't be filled, choose random. If you don't do this, choose random right here. See, I just clicked on this. Skip, ask user, choose random. Choose random. If you don't do that, you'll get all these boxes popping up all over the place. It'll drive you crazy. The other thing, when we're using YouTube videos, we want to say verified links must have exact URL. We don't want any kind of diversification. We want our URL for all of our links. Send you verified links to indexes. We want to do that if you have another one. I have indexification. I highly recommend it, so I would use that as well. That's the other two things that I'll sometimes do is try to always place a URL with anchor text. I almost always have that. Sometimes I'll do continually try to post even if a site's failed before, because sometimes it'll pass and sometimes it won't. Really, this one just depends how I feel that day. I don't know. I use it sometimes and sometimes I don't. The next thing here, we want to go by country. What we want to do is we just want to select Google. If you select more than Google, what tends to happen, what I notice happens is you get a whole lot of duplicates. Google does a pretty good job, and this is where the search engine is going to use to try to find sites with your keywords in it, so we can try to get it like an auto approve to put into the identified. So we're just going to use Google. Some people debate the fact that, oh, you should use all these different search engines. I feel more comfortable using Google, and I get less duplicates when I do that. Here's the global options. If you're looking at other videos out there how to use GSA, you'll see global options. And I remember when I first started, I didn't know what the hell global options was. This is it right here. Use URL from global site lists. I usually do identified and verified, and then depending on my server and if I bought any lists or I got a new list I want to try, I'll click failed. But that's what I usually do, identified and verified. You can do submitted too. I do that as well. When you first start out, use all three, because your list isn't as big. You're not building lists or anything like that. Okay. The other thing we want to do is come down here. We want to say try to skip creating no follow links. Now it'll still create no follow links, but you'll create less no follow links. Right here, in here, filter URLs, you can skip sites, and you can actually set it, say, skip sites that have more than 50 outgoing links or 100 outgoing links. You can do that. For video, I don't see a need for that. I don't ever use this, and a couple times I tried, it's like so slow, you hardly get any links. And the way I'm doing it right now, I'm pretty much ranking I haven't had any problems ranking any sites except one when I messed with the metadata, and it took 2.5 months and it finally ranked. All the rest of my videos ranking in the top 5 multiple times, and it's pretty solid and it sticks. So I don't even mess with any of this. If you want to test it, you can, but don't. When you start out, don't use this. So leave that blank, and the next thing you want to do is you want to skip sites where the following words appear. And it's right here, and it's pretty much got all the porn stuff. You know what? Sometimes it doesn't catch them all either. Just be aware that every now and then you might see something that should have caught, but it didn't because it's in a URL or something. I don't know. These guys get kind of tricky sometimes. That's pretty much it right there. The next step now, we want to go into email verification. We have to have emails to bring in here to send. You know, sometimes we register for accounts and all that stuff. Of course, GSA does this for us. So what I do when I first start out, I delete all, and then GSA will put in this 110, you know, it'll put in like a blank record, and then I go out and get my email. So I have my email right here. This is from Account Creator Plus. It's a $27 one-time fee, and it creates emails for us. It creates Outlook emails for us, and it is worth it's worth way more than $27 for the amount of time, because here's all you do is just say import clipboard. Then we select the blank record. We delete selected. And then we test all. This is going to test to make sure that it's, you know, a valid email address that I can log in, and that's beautiful. What this Account Creator Plus does, it'll create one main email with 10 catch-all emails. So it looks like to all the people you're trying to register accounts at, it uses 10 different accounts. So this works great. I don't have any problems with this whatsoever. And then you can go in here, and if you want to add that you have a different file, sometimes I'll put my no dupe file or no follow 100% created on this day. I'll put that in here. No follow from 10/20 2013. I don't know. It might be like 5K. So my no follow, and I'll put that in there. Even though I'll also leave it like there so you can see that. And then it's going to ask us, once we get finished with it, it's going to ask us to fill in a category. And we'll have a category up on the membership site so you can download it. What I do is I always create in all my servers a GSA and then category folder, because it's always asking for that. And I just import it. That's all I do. Just import it from wherever you put it on your server. If I went too fast, just pause it. Pause the video and go back to it. But it's pretty much you just go out, you know, you hit import, it takes you to a folder, and then you import it from your folder. And it takes a couple seconds. Here we go. Here's our categories. You just say OK. Then what I always do is I always go back and I double check. Most of the time I'll double check my I don't know why it's hanging here. Oh, I gotta scroll up. I'll go in here and I'll double check my URL. I've had times, I'll admit it, I got a DUI video up on the first page of Google for securities attorney video. That's supposed to be for securities attorney, because I didn't do this. I always double check the URL to make sure that it's a working URL and it's the one that you want to use. So I'm just going to go here and I'm going to paste it. There we go. It's the real thing. So let's go back, and that's our real video. Everything is good, and then I'm just going to say OK. Oh, preview image is going to ask for us. So I have a preview image out here, and it's basically just a preview of the video, you know, like a screenshot of the video. I think it's in here. Right here. Preview image and click OK. YouTube ID, wonderful. Alright, that's one thing I forgot to tell you guys. When you're doing this, if you use Content Creator or Content, what is it? I think it's Content Machine. Content Machine will put in multiple just random videos in this YouTube ID down here, and it'll put it in with your, you know, with your anywhere on the video over here, you click video, but there's other places where it might accept a video in your article. And what Content Machine will do is it'll go out and just pick random videos based on your topic right here. Well, I'm thinking if I'm dropping videos somewhere, I want to drop my video. So what you do is you go to the top and you look at your YouTube ID here, and you put that into the video, YouTube ID down here, and then everywhere it could drop, your video is going to be there. So it looks like we're done here, and once that's done, when you do a new one, what will happen is it always comes up as youtube.com. So you right click on the actual project, and you come down here to modify project, and we're going to rename. I'm going to call this Truck Accident Attorney Kentucky, and that's it. Only thing you have to do right here is make it active, and then you click start to run, and it'll run. I'm not going to do this. I'll show you another place where it's running, but that's all you do. When it starts to run, it goes active. I mean, it's already active. It'll start coming here, submitted, verified. You see all the stuff going. It's like a little crazy. It's kind of cool when you watch it, when you got a whole bunch of them going. You can look down here and look at your projects that you're running. That's pretty much it. That's all you start a project. I'll add one extra thing in here. When you create one, all you have to do is right click on it, modify project, and then you go duplicate. When you do duplicate, you change the name, new video, and then you do the whole thing that I showed you in the video all over again. You go into the project by double clicking on it, and you go into tools. You import your data fields from Wicked Article Creator or Content Machine or whatever you're using, and you do the whole process again. But most of it's already created. You have all the right check boxes checked off. It's really simple. You run these things till you get up to about 2,500, between 2,500 and 4,000 verified, which is over here. And then what I do is I back off and I let it resonate for a couple weeks. You do kind of babysit it, keep an eye on your stuff, and then after a while I might just go in there, and for some of them I have them posting maybe 100 submissions a day, and I post it. I stop it. I mean, it stops. But I have some where once I got them ranked, I just stopped it, and they're still sticking. So I guess it depends on the competition, what else what all's been done to that video, and how good the links are. Sometimes you get link loss, and you got to go back out and you just restart them. Don't ever delete these, because once you make them inactive, you just click on them, they're inactive, and you say they resonated for a while. All you got to do to make them reactive is just click on activate, and it'll start up again, so you can start dropping links again. I hope you understand everything. I hope you're willing to go out and do this. Try it really hard, and pause the video as much as you can. If you have any questions, go to the membership site, or you can always email me at joe@godguided.com. Have a great one. Hey, this is Joe from Offline Resurrection. I'm going to create a video here to show you how I do a channel campaign on GSA Search Engine Ranker. I'm going to do a channel campaign with Pavers Miami. I have a couple videos here, and they're all ranking. This one I put up on November 1st, 2013, 22 days ago. I also did like paver contractors, if I can spell it right. Paver Contractors Miami. That's coming up as well. Right here, November 1st, the same one. And then there was let's do contractors. Let's spell it right. Make sure it's the right one. November 1st is the one coming up. And then the concrete pavers. Concrete Pavers Miami. And I have the one I did 7 days ago coming up for that one. I'm going to go ahead and just click on this. This is how you find the channel, in case for some of you don't know. I'm going to go here and click right here. That's the channel, so I'm going to click there. And when I click on that, I get the channel URL. The channel URL is up to my right up to the question mark. So that's my channel URL right here. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to go to my server, and I'm going to go ahead and right click on it and go to modify project, and I'm going to go duplicate. I'm going to call this Pavers channel, and now it's right here. I'm going to double click on it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go edit, import, from clipboard. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clear it. Then I'm gonna go edit and import from clipboard. Right here. I'm gonna come down here to tools. I'm gonna do import data fields. And right now I'm not sure if pavers is in here under projects. I'm just gonna select anything right here. I'm gonna go back to Joe's stuff. I'll just do truck accident attorney, just so I have stuff in there to show you how I do it. Then what I'll do here in the anchor text, I'm gonna do all my anchor text right here. Pavers Miami, paver Miami, concrete pavers Miami, paver contractors Miami. And then what I'll do is I'll come over and that's pretty much it that we'll do, because we don't have a particular video. We're not going to worry about making sure the ID is down in the YouTube ID. Under options, I'm going to leave that 1800. I'm going to save all that. And then I'm going to go to email verification. I'm going to import my new email, and then I'm going to say OK. Fill in my category, edit. And again, the category is going to be, we're going to put a category in the membership site so everyone can have a category file. It basically just select it. You can add to categories as well. I think we have a pretty decent mix. If you want to add your own categories and we don't have it, you can do so. It's pretty simple. Once this comes up, we're going to click OK. We always got to make sure we have all the right things checked off here. We do want directories. For some reason, I've been forgetting to click directory, but we definitely want directories. Those are can be pretty powerful at times as well. We're going to say OK. I'm going to go here right here. The Germany thing, sometimes it comes in, sometimes it doesn't. If you have issues with it, what I usually do is disable engines that use this. I don't care about the German sites anyway. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing here. Disable engines that use this. Okay. There we go. Now it should be okay. Alright, so then once that's done, I say active and I click start, or if it's already running and it's active, it just starts running. I'm going to click inactive in case I mistakenly hit that. That's pretty much it for a channel. You let it run until I get about 5,000, 7,000 verified URLs, and that's gonna put a lot of power to your channel. I've seen some of them where I let it go to, I fell asleep on the channel and got like 10,000. It didn't kill the channel and actually made it a little more powerful. I just don't like to chance it. I usually do like 5 to 7 URLs for the channels. Hopefully you like this video. Hopefully it didn't go too fast. You can always rewind and replay. If you have any questions, you can always go to the membership, post a question there, or you can always email me at joe@godguided.com. Have a great one. Hey, this is Joe from Offline Resurrection. I'm here to show you how to build a GSA campaign to rank YouTube videos. I have an outdated GSA search engine ranker software right here on one of my VPSs, and I'm just going to show you how to set everything up. I'm not going to activate it because I have other things running on another license, on the same license that I have here. So I'm not going to activate it. However, I can do everything up to activation, and then I'll explain to you. Maybe I'll go into another one of mine that's running so that you can see it. It just makes it a lot easier so I don't have to hide my projects, all that stuff. So what we're going to do, this is GSA Ranker, and this is where you're going to see all the projects that you're running. Right here is active. To make it to be active again, all you do is left click and makes it active. I left click again, it makes it inactive. Okay, I can right click on the status, and I can make the status be active, verify only, all this other stuff. Really, we do videos, so I don't even really mess with this stuff right here about the different actives and stuff like that. I just let this be either active or inactive, and that's it. Down here you'll see this running, and you'll see what GSA is always doing. Down here on the bottom, it's going to tell you links per minute that it's running, how much memory it's using, which probably isn't that accurate. This isn't accurate either. It's also going to tell you, well, it tells you right here what each thing is: active proxies, how many verified. And this is verified from GSA capture breaker. Again, I'm not going to run this. I don't want to run this to take a chance of losing anything or messing up my license. It's going to verify. Hopefully that don't mess it up just doing that. It didn't start, so hopefully I didn't mess myself up here. So anyway, that's hold on, let me pause this. Oh, it did come up. No. So here's capture breaker, and this is what I meant by what capture breaker does. This is what it does. It does the verifies right here. I have 0 because I haven't done any. But what capture breaker does, it solves captures. You know, different kind of captures. There's all different kinds of captures in here, and it interfaces. It's made by the people at GSA as well, and it makes everything run super fast. It allows us to get all kinds of links, to drop them all over the place for us, but all of our videos. Now we're first going to start is we're going to go in here into options. Okay, in options we're going to go to submissions first. And I'm on a VPS, and this one's at 400. I usually go like between 400 and 600 depending on the server. If you're on a PC, you might want to go 300 and see if that can handle it, and then maybe go down from 300. The timeout here is 45. You can make this even as high as 90. The slower you get, the more accurate, the more links you're going to get. But I won't go too much over 90, maybe 120 here. For proxies, we want to use proxies. So what we're going to do is we're going to configure it. And all by itself, even if you don't have proxies, GSA will search for public proxies for you. A lot of people will say don't use public proxies. Well, when I first started doing this, I had to use public proxies because, you know, I spent a lot of money on GSA and capture breaker, and I didn't have the money to buy buy all the stuff. So I guess it doesn't matter what I do with these because this isn't an active GSA. So I'm just going to leave this part alone. But these are the proxies. If we have our own proxies, we come in here and we click on, I copy them first from my main, from my main PC, and then you can import from clipboard here or here, and it'll add them in. It'll add them right in to GSA for us. Let me go ahead and pause this. I'm gonna pause this just so I can show you how I do that, how we do that. So here we are. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add them. And we're going to say import from host port. So that's what we're going to do, and that's how quick it does it. Adding 40 proxies. Set the private proxy. We're going to say yes. And we just added our 40 proxies, and we're pretty much good right there. Okay. Now, once we start running projects and stuff like that, we start seeing this pink, we start seeing down here that certain IPs are blocked or have been banned. What you want to do is you want to come into delete, and you want to do delete unchecked and not working proxies. And what that'll do is it'll go out there and it'll delete them all for you. And GSA is pretty good about that. But now that we have our proxies here and this is deleting, this could take a couple seconds. We'll probably have a boatload in it that isn't working. We'll come back here, and right here for search engines, public and private. For use proxies, we want to have all these three checked. We want to disable ban proxies when they're banned, and then I just check all these off. I know some people, they try to be picky about which ones they use of public and private. I just check them all off, and that seems to work for me. I don't have any issues really as far as dropping links and getting links. So that one works really good for me. Right here for the capture, what we can do is we can add capture services right here. This is what we do. We use capture breaker recommended as first service. Now, if you're unable to afford GSA capture in the beginning, just don't put anything here. You can try using bypass or death by capture. It'll cost you a small fortune to use capture using GSA. But what I did in the beginning, I didn't even use one, and it still does. It still solves. It has its own internal capture breaker. It's not the best, but you will get links. It might take you a lot longer to rank. My recommendation is if you want to start or get a six-figure business, you want to invest in all the tools that you need. It's just like being a mechanic. Mechanic spends a lot of money on all his tools. Well, these are your tools. So you're giving yourself way more benefit. You're going to be at a six-figure income a lot quicker if you invest in all the tools, which I think is like $700 I'm at now. They just added list motor as one of the last things you need to get to help maintain your email list. But this is very possible. The six-figure income is very, very possible. This isn't no pipe dream as long as you follow these instructions and you do this. I mean, it really works. So next thing is to go to indexing. Indexing is right here. I use indexification, and this is where you put your API key, and GSA will automatically go out and index all your links that you're doing. When I started using indexification, I noticed a big jump in my rankings and how fast they started ranking because I was getting indexed. A lot of people argue, oh, you need to be natural and this and that. Well, I was being natural. I wasn't getting that many people ranked. It was taking a long time. Now, I mean, I see very competitive keyword phrases on the first page of Google in a week, like car accident attorney in large cities. So, use indexification. $17 a month, well worth it. For filter here, we're gonna come in here. I don't even mess with this. I just left this. Be the default. If it's not the default when you get it, I would just look at this video and put in right here 2 gig or 2 meg and 1440. For the advanced, here's where GSA will save all the files and all the links that you get. You have identified, you have successful, and you have verified. Successful means identified are just links that GSA has found for you. Successful is one that has been submitted before, and verified means it's a bona fide verified link. Now, just because it's verified today doesn't mean it'll be verified tomorrow. What you can do here is you can also go in here and open up the folder by clicking here, and it'll show you all the different types of URLs that it has, and here's the size of the file. They're all text documents. You can actually go into these and you can look at them, and these are all the ones. This isn't a very good one. It's only got 2, 4, 6, 8 different ones, but there are a lot of them that have larger files. Mine isn't so large because I haven't really done much with this. This is I already took everything off and pretty much deleted it, but these will all build up as you run your projects, and they all get bigger. I usually keep failed for when I have some other lists for myself. I'll put it in here and let it go into failed, and then infiltrate it into the verified. Some people want to do identified. You can do it that way too. I just prefer to do failed. It's not a big deal. And this is how I have my default. These are the setups for this. And pretty much, everyone has different setups for these. And if you have your own setup, share them on the member site. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right now. I don't like to have really long videos because it gets kind of crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop this one. In the next video, we'll go on and actually show how you set up the actual project.